Welcome to the Mind versus Action journey, where every week I will share experiences, thoughts, and ideas on how you can go from thoughts in your mind to actually taking actions. Life is not formed by just what is in our mind, but by actually taking action on what is in our mind. It is not enough to simply hope, think, and wish. We must take action. The power of owning your story is nothing less than complete transformation. You get what you write. Have you ever asked yourself who has been not only writing your story, but narrating it as well? Is it you? Like truly you? Or is it a set of beliefs that was instilled in you as a child by your environment and then reinforced by what you decided to focus on that would validate those beliefs? Are you writing and narrating your story now? Or are you allowing for this belief, society, fear of judgment, or the ideas of what success is imposed by others to write and narrate what is to be your life? If you think of it, or better yet, ask yourself, why do you do what you do every day? And I do not mean just what you do for work, but what do you do in every second of your life? Why do you eat what you eat? Why do you live where you live? Why do you rest how you rest? Why do you drive what you drive? Why do you dress the way you dress? Why do you have the hairstyle that you have? Why do you have the circle of friends you have? Why do you spend time with the people you spend time with? Why are you the way you are? Why do you think the way you do? Why do you feel the way you do? Why do you live the way you live every day? In order to truly own your story, you must be the one writing it, narrating it, and doing so for you, for what you truly desire and love. But before you can start either writing or rewriting your story, you must ask yourself these questions and answer them with pure honesty, because in the answers lies your power to change the narrative of what you have called your story thus far. Whether you seek transformation or not, owning your story brings nothing more than, well, owning your life and everything that happens in it. I've shared the part of my story where my mother thought I was using drugs, and it was not until I was sent to jail that at the age of 11 years old that she received confirmation that I was not. I have never in my life even smoked a cigarette. I say this proudly because I grew up around every type of drug you can imagine, and the access to it was incredibly easy. My mother was a believer of those folks who claim to know our futures, the posers, the majestic psychics. She went in one day after I landed in jail and was told that I would be a criminal for life, that my life would be an in and out jail type of life, really. This my mother wholeheartedly believed. She had accepted my faith and allowed for another person to dictate my story and narrate it. In fact, because of the way I was, many people thought the same, and in a way, I cannot blame them. I grew up in a dirt poor family, parents were never home, and right in the middle of a troubled environment. The thing is that I have always believed that no one defines our story, no one writes it for us, no one gets to narrate it for us. Not our parents, not our friends, not society, not the government, and surely not a damn psychic. We write our own stories, no one else. We are not born with a pre written destiny or purpose either. We get to define every aspect of our lives as we navigate our lives by the desires we have and the actions we take on those desires. I had influence, some good and some bad, but in the end, everything I did was my doing, not anyone's fault or doing. I knew exactly what I was doing, and when it was something bad, I knew it was bad. I did every possible bad thing a kid can do. I was just smart most of the time and did not get caught. I also knew when it was time to move on and grow up. It all started with changing really my circle of friends. I dropped them all. I literally became a loner, but I loved it. I told my family to back off, especially when they would call me stuck up because I would not do certain things due to school. Most importantly, though, I told my parents to hit the road too. I did what I wanted to do and did it my way. I can honestly say that every accomplishment I have ever reached is thanks to me owning my story, my thought process, and most importantly, my actions. When I felt that my parents were holding me back, I said goodbye to them too. It is not to say that I have not had some form of help throughout my journey, because I have, and some incredible people have assisted me in my life's evolution. But in the end, I was the one who did the work to make sure that my life turned out the way that it did, and that it has really, and it will continue to evolve into better and better every day. My story is not over. I am just getting started, and the same is for you. Today, my mother and I have a beautiful relationship. With my dad, not so much. The guy has not changed his ways, so quite frankly, I do not want him around, especially around my children. A hard pill to swallow, but you know, the difference between me and most is that I am willing to swallow those hard pills and do the challenging things to get what I want, how I want it. And my goal in life is to raise the best, well rounded, joyful children I can. And for that to happen, I must own my story and my circle of people who I let into our lives, which is currently very small. My life is being written by me, no one else. My story is being narrated by me, no one else. I do what I do every second of my life because I truly want to do it in order to achieve whatever I want to achieve at any given chapter in my life. I have hit roadblocks and continue to do so. I just work around them, over them, through them, or under them. To that psychic lady that predicted what life had in store for me, I do not hold a grudge or feel any type of judgment towards her. She did what she did to write her own story. Not every person writes their own story without harming others, or at least trying to do so. It was up to me to either prove that she did have psychic powers or that she was simply full of shit. So, are you ready to take the reins over your story? Are you ready to take over that narrative of it as well? Because until you do, you will not be truly living your life, at least not fully. And the thing is that you can. You can live it fully. You can live it authentically. It starts with asking yourself those questions at the beginning and answering them with nothing but the truth. And finally, taking the necessary actions to pick up that pen and start scribbling what your life is to be today, tomorrow. Whatever was written by you or others yesterday, it does not matter anymore. The only thing you can do to those chapters is change the meaning you assign to them. And in doing so, you change the history, you change the present, and you change your future of your story as well. Start scribbling it away now. The time to start will forever be today. Please subscribe to my blog, podcast, or YouTube channel to get notifications when my weekly entry is posted. I promise I will never disappoint. Thank you. Until next time, I challenge you to own your thoughts, actions, process, results, and ultimately your life story. Most importantly, I challenge you to go from thoughts in your mind to taking actual actions on those thoughts, as nothing happens until actions are taken.